Hello, hello, hello. Kenya, welcome to the Every March Network. We are all about the five E's: etiquette, expose, entertain, evangelize, empower, and elevate. I am your friend,
Yes,
your sister,
sister.
and your girl,
Yep.
Evelyn Marsh. Hello, hello, hello.
I was enjoying myself there and forgot. Hi, everyone. Hi. Today's another special day. We are here to give God praise. We want to appreciate God for his faithfulness. We are still here. We are alive. We are able to come on here and just discuss important and juicy topics, I would say. Today we are talking about sowing and reaping. Okay. And so I want to say happy and a blessed Sunday to all of you on here. Thanks for watching. If you are just joining us, I want to welcome you to the Evelyn Marsh Network. And this is, of course, your girl, Evelyn Marsh. I also want to encourage you to, with everything that is going on, um, let's continue to trust God, continue to pray, continue to keep each other in prayer, check on one another, support each other as much as possible. But God got this. Even though it don't look like it, but God got this. And so we just continue to just trust and believe in him and hope in him that he got this. So if you are celebrating your birthday and your anniversary today, next week or this week, I mean last week or this week, we want to say happy birthday and happy anniversary. If you are mourning the loss of your loved one, we also want to say sorry, have our deepest sympathy. At this time, I'm going to bring on my poo chupu, my co-host, my personal handbag, my 2 egg. And when you're ready to hurt, sometimes it can be easy. My co-host, my beauty box. There she is, right there.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Evelyn Marsh Network. We are here this evening. We in the cold, and you see, I got jacket on. We in the cold, but all is well. Just want to welcome you all again, wherever you're watching from. Good morning, good afternoon, um, good evening. We just want to welcome you all to the Evelyn Marsh Network. For those of you that are watching out there, we encourage you to please continue to share the live, invite someone, invite your friends, invite your mama, your family.
Yep.
Let us tune in to this awesome and
Thank
amazing
you.
topic tonight. It is a great topic that most of us, we downplay, but it is something that every one of us need to know about. So bring everyone on as we learn and get encouraged by reaping and sowing, or sowing and reaping,
Either
whichever.
way, that's
But yeah, you can look at us on every digital platform, or every social media platform, I should say, on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, uh
All of the above.
Snapchat, all of the above. And then also don't forget during the week, if you do not catch us on the platform during the week, you can also tune in on Success FM Radio 100.9 in Radio Liberia from Kakata Magibi. Yes, I did it.
You did it.
So tune in. We are excited again to dive into this topic. For those out there that are going through, that are watching the news, and see what we are going through in the state of Minnesota, please keep your loved ones in prayer. Continue to check on them. It is
All
not
of us
easy.
in prayer.
For some of us, we've been locked down indoors for I don't know how many days because we can go out there. You see what is going on, but continue to stay safe. Keep everybody in prayers. Your prayers is all that is needed in this time right now. So stay safe, be blessed, and let's dive down into the topic. Thank you all.
Yes, on that note, I will invite you to bring your mama, bring your papa, bring your grandmommy, your granddaddy, bring your villagers, bring your pots, your pans, your spoons, your cups, and bring everything that you have, and let us learn together. That's one of the thing that we love to do here. Every Sunday evening, we come and we learn together and grow together as well. We also want to encourage you to please share so we can be able to reach more people, because there are a lot of people that need to hear these different topics, and it will really help them. So again, we want to welcome you. This is me. I mean, this is me. This is me. This is me. But we are remember the topic today is sowing and reaping. Okay,
Yep.
we're going to understand. Some of us, we can sow to places and we can reap.
Mm.
So today we are going to learn where to sow, how to sow.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the Bible says when you sow, you gotta reap, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
you gotta reap. But there are some things, the principles of reaping and sowing is what we're gonna learn today. And like I said, come on and let us learn and grow together. Don't forget, share. Okay. So on that note, we'll play a song here from our legend, Faith Joy Richardson, excuse me. And the song say, I think it's his eyes is on the sparrow.
Yep.
if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
the one.
That's the one?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm right. His eyes is on the sparrow. So regardless of what we are going through, God is watching and his eyes is on the sparrow. He got us. He got this. I trust and believe he got this. So here we go. The LGMA choir.
This other song, praise the Lord. I pray that it will inspire you just as much as the first one.
Have right to this. Give us the right.
This song is called His Eyes Are on the Sparrow. Sometimes when I am weary and all my days forget, He is waiting at the door.
John Richardson. His
That's right.
on the sparrow, regardless of what we are going through, especially in Minnesota. God
Yep.
is watching.
Yep.
He's in control. So I want to encourage us. We want to encourage all of us in Minnesota and even in the US, all over. His eyes is on the sparrow, or his eyes is on the sparrow. And he's watching day and night. And he's in control. Um, where else can we go? Who else can we turn to?
Mm.
Except God, who sees and knows all things. So, all things. So we look up to him and we'll continue to pray. Okay. So on that note, Pujabu, it's over to
Alrighty.
get going here.
Everyone, for those of you out there, those of you watching, we are here. I want you to gather your pen, gather your paper, your notebook, whatever it is that you got
I
tonight.
have
Because
time.
tonight, we are not making it lazy.
No, no,
Most of the time, you see this man, he is right here as a co host. But tonight, he is going to be educating us or diving down. Me, I call him the evangelist. The man is going to be preaching or diving down into some topic tonight and breaking things down to our understanding when it comes down to the topic of sowing and reaping. You know, like my mother said, there are times we are sowing and reaping, but we don't know if that ground that we are sowing on, if it will bring forth fruit or if it will bear forth fruits, you know. So let us come and learn where we can give, where we cannot give, when it is okay to give. So we are here, and who else to bring us into this topic better than our own doctor of EMN?
yeah,
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
yes, girls,
mothers and fathers,
mothers and fathers,
join me. Let
sons and
us
brothers,
welcome the
youth,
doctor of
mother.
the hour. The man is very talented. The man is an evangelist. The man is a doctor, a mental health doctor that can, you know, dive down and break some things out for us.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
tonight he is gonna be ministering to us and breaking some things down for us. So let us welcome our own Doctor Sam Kpahn.
Your honor, sir. Your honor, sir.
I salute Grace Menago.
All right, you know,
You will be
I
minister.
think
Eh?
I did Minister Evelyn wants to share some of her titles and get it too heavy for her. So I will take one just for 2 hours and I'll give it back to her. Just as a disclaimer, I didn't go to no Bible school. I am not
Awa.
ordained and I'm not really preaching tonight. I will just be giving you the psychological perspective of a parable from the Bible.
You
Some
are
of you might
ordained
have
by
heard it a
EMN.
lot. Okay. All right. Now I'm ordained for tonight. Um, so I'm happy to be here. I am very happy to be here. Right off the bat, I should say, those of us that live here in Minnesota, it might be disheartening right now. We have all been through it. There's always ups and downs in life. But one thing that has been stable is that God is in control.
Amen.
So there are times when there are certain people who think they can do whatever they want, but weeping may endure for the night,
Mm.
but definitely joy comes in the morning. What that says is that yeah, there will definitely be time when we will cry. There's not the Bible did not say Christians will not suffer, they will not cry, but He guarantees that joy will come in the morning,
Yes.
Amen.
right? And that we can hang on to that for the rest of the time that we go through whatever it is we're going through. That joy will come in the morning. There is a time and a season for everything. That means everything we're going through is temporary.
Mm.
It is the time now to go through what we're going through. But if we don't lose faith, and we keep hanging on, the God that we hang on to is going to rescue us. And not just rescue us, but He says it will be joyful. We will look back at these days and say, yeah, those were the days. And we will have that joy in the morning. That's a guarantee.
Amen.
So don't lose faith. Hang in there. Joy is coming in the morning.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you so much
All
for
right,
that.
I'm ready for you.
Alrighty. Before we dive down into the topic, let me just welcome few of our guests tonight. We want to welcome our sister Jatu Morris. Welcome, welcome. I believe this is your first time on the Evelyn Marsh Network. We want to
Welcome,
welcome you.
Jatu. We love you, my folks.
Welcome. We also want to welcome our brother King Dixon, always here.
Hey,
Glad to be here, he
the
said.
the
Welcome,
king
brother
of the
King.
house.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, King.
And then we have our auntie, my auntie,
My
Auntie
BCC,
Kathleen.
forever BCC, my favorite BCC. Love
Correct.
you.
She said, "Good evening, y'all. My thoughts and prayer are with people, the people of Minnesota. There is light at the end of the tunnel, Minnesota. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mama.
You
Thank you
know,
so much
Ojubu,
for your."
before you recognize the next person,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that every time, every Sunday, not because she's my favorite BCC, but every time she comes, even you go back to since this whole thing started, she will always make a comment that her thoughts and prayers, right, are with us.
Mm-hmm.
She always does that. And that shows that she's praying for us and thinking about us. So thank you. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama. We also have Brother Mike. We want to say welcome, Brother Mike,
My own
all
self.
the way
Every
from,
time I'm in the knee, got my heart.
oh
My
Lord, please. Welcome, Brother Mike, all the way from Wisconsin. He said,
heart,
blessed to
Uncle
be
Mike.
here. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And as always, the man of the hour, he can be here and also in the comment section on YouTube. Thank you
Yeah.
again, Dr. Kpahn. We appreciate you. All righty. So we are.
Okay.
I hope you guys are ready because we're about to get moving into this topic. Dr. Kpahn. Before
Yes.
I turn the platform over, I just want to know. I know you men that wears many hats, but apart from what we already know about Dr. Kpahn, please tell us something different about yourself.
Oh, before that
Ooh.
comment, please welcome. I don't want no problem. So please welcome him.
Oh, welcome, my bestie. Welcome, Brother Sarah McGee. I get called the other Sarah is, so I will just call you bestie tonight. My first mate, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in again. Prayers up. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Dr. Kwan.
Oh, something you don't know about me. I was born up country in Liberia, Tapeta, um, raised
Copy.
Baptist. Um, yeah, you didn't know that one. Now
No,
you
I
know.
didn't know that.
So
I
I
didn't
was
sound it.
born.
You know what it
I was
sounded? You said
what?
tapata.
Uh,
It sounded when the group was saying tapata. No,
yeah. So there is this argument in our history that the town was actually named after a crew person.
wow.
So yeah, a crew person called Tape, and we're still trying to figure out how we got that name. But for now, that's part of the history that there might have been some crew guy going down to the southeast, and maybe he got tired and just decided to stay that part of the country, and they named the town after him. But yeah,
Tapet Town. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
now you know.
Or maybe the men were doing good, so they asking why your name is it tape. And they decided to call it tablet.
Of course, probably decided to name the town
Right,
after the
Yeah.
government school in the town.
right.
Could be.
It
Yeah.
could be, but we don't know. He didn't write it down, and there was no digital media at that time. All we know that has always been the name, and currently there is no one explanation of how we got that name.
Mm.
Okay.
Alrighty, mother. I will turn this over to you.
So Dr. Kpahn, let's go right into this. Why did you even accept to talk about the topic sowing and reaping among the dozens of parables or topics in the Bible?
Well, the parable of sowing and reaping is somewhere in the New Testament, Matthew chapter 13, 1 to 23. And then what makes that parable really important to me is where Jesus himself said, if you do not understand this parable, you probably will not understand how the kingdom of God works. Right? So then it's like, hmm, you know, one day when I become a pastor, we'll spend one whole year on the parable so that we make sure everybody understands it. Because there are a lot of people out there, some of them just are honest ignorance because they don't know. And
Mm,
some people, what they know might not be enough. And some people, what they know might not be headed the right direction. So as I have traveled through, like I say, I was raised Baptist. I grew up in the church. And then one day I heard this sermon preached, and I was like, man, I've listened to this particular parable 1,000 times, but I've never heard somebody explain it this way before, right? And so myself, I started doing my own research into, okay, what are some other ways that people can look at this one parable, and what are other things that are in there that may not be publicly available to everybody unless you take your time to actually look at it, right? So for those of you on tonight, you are in for a treat. Like I
Okay.
said, it's not a sermon. It's just going to be like a learning experience for all of us.
mm,
I mean, position myself well because I'm ready.
All right. So then the parable of the sower is where Jesus said this guy went out with a bag of seeds to sow. And
Mm,
then he threw, he sowed the seeds in different topography, different areas of the land. It says some seeds fell by the pathway, some fell on stony grounds, some fell on rocky grounds, and then some fell on the good soil, right? And then from the let's get rid of the preaching part, he said the one that fell by the path were those that heard the word of God. It sounded good, but they didn't understand it. So then, some things came by and just snatched it out of their hearts, right?
mm,
Nothing grew. And then he said the one that fell on rocky grounds were like those that received the word, right? And they received it with joy, but they had no roots. As soon as trouble came, as soon as temptation came, trials came, they dropped it and they moved on. And
mm,
then he said there were some that fell on the thorny grounds, and those are people that received the word and they started to grow, but then they got choked by thorns, right?
mm.
Like different philosophies and
Yeah.
different pastors saying different things just confused them, and so then the word that they received, it died, right?
Mm,
And then the seed that fell on the good soil was where the people heard the word, they accepted it, and they had enough latitude to let the word grow,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the preaching part. Now, from this point on, we'll be doing the teaching part, which is not necessarily church, right? So the very first thing when you look at that verse, at the parable itself, is that about 75% of the seeds the guy thought he sowed did not produce anything.
Mm.
Now, that I don't hear regularly. What I hear regularly is every time you plant, anytime you sow a seed, you're gonna reap. Every time, oh, and you hear people calling out, yeah, can sow some seed here, can sow some seed there. Some people you have never met before will be calling to sow some seed in their investment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that was not the story. The story was saying that you know the farmer was only able to reap from about 25% of what he sold, and he only reaped from the one that he sold in good soil,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that was one point that I wanted to stress out. That not every time you give something out there is considered sowing. And even if you consider it sowing, if you don't know where you are sowing this stuff, there is no guarantee that it will grow, and there is no guarantee that you are going to reap from it if you're not paying attention where you are planting your seeds. I call that throwing. It's not sowing. If you don't pay attention where you are throwing your seeds, you may never get harvest from it. The seeds might die. Some of them might never grow root. Some of them might grow a little bit of root, but then get choked, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
was the very first point I want people to know. It's not every time you throw seeds out there that you are guaranteed a harvest. Only the seed that you sow in good soil is guaranteed a harvest, right?
Yeah.
All right. That being said, then the rest of this discussion will be about what makes a good soil, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we know if you just throw seeds around, they're not going to grow. There's no guarantee that they will grow or that they will produce harvest. Only the seed that you sow in a good soil will produce harvest. So what makes a good soil? Now, since most of the attendants here are Liberians, and we're talking about planting and harvesting, we will use the analogy of how the farmers in Liberia do it, right? So before the farmer in Liberia picks a parcel of land to make as a farm or plant his garden, he does an investigation, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
the first thing you need to do before you even talk about planting seeds or sowing seeds. You need to do an investigation. So the farmers, they go in the bush and they walk around and see where the good soil is. They just don't go and start planting stuff. They investigate first where the good soil is. And how do they know that the soil is good? They see what is happening on the grounds currently, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have not yet planted your seed, but you look at what the soil is doing with the little things that are growing on the soil currently, right? So when you investigate, they are looking for, okay, how the brush looks like. If you got to a place that nothing is growing, then you just say, maybe that's not a parcel you're gonna plant on because nothing grows here. If you get there and you see a lush brush, and even though these are like brush and things that don't produce food, but they are growing nicely, you say, oh, okay, this soil is good. That's how the farmers do it. They go first and they investigate and they see how the soil is using what it already has. It may not be food, but let's say somebody got at school and they tell you, say, can sow some seed into my school, right? You go
Yeah.
investigate first. You go investigate first. What are they doing with what they have currently,
Mm.
right? Well, if what they're doing right now, there's no record keeping, you get in $10 today, they eat the whole $10, and nobody know where the $10 went because there's no receipt, no record keeping. You like, is this where I want to plant my seed,
Mm.
right? Somebody say, oh, can't plant my seed in the church. You go to the church, the pastor that also the treasurer, he alone can sign the bank stuff. He alone, counting the money, and there's no record keeping of the money. It's like, is this where I want to put my stuff, right? Or you ask them 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? And they don't have vision, right? It's like, so you do an investigation first. If you are going to plant in a good soil, the very first thing you want to do is do some kind of investigation to make sure whether this soil is a good soil, right?
Mm.
If we stay in the Liberian analogy, when they find that good soil and the market, they say, this is where I'm going to make my farm, it takes some level of effort, right? So they don't go in the bush and marketplace and say, this is where I'm going to make my farm. And then they start farming, they start planting seed immediately. It takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of effort. They go there first and they got to brush the line. They got to brush the land. They got to fell the trees. They got to clean the place up first and make sure that this place is going to be ready and prepared to receive the seed that they have, right?
Mm.
So if somebody call you on the phone, or you see somebody on TV that you don't know, you have not investigated, you don't know how to do that stuff, and they're telling you, send me $100 as a seed, or send me this money as a seed, or send me this thing as a seed. It's like, okay, yes, you may have seeds, but you will just be throwing it,
Yeah.
right? You're not sowing, you are just throwing it, and chances are you will not reap any harvest from it
Mm.
because you have not investigated, you have not put your effort into preparing that place, right? So if we went back to that little school that wanted you to plant some seed, to invest into them, but they don't have no good record keeping system. They don't have a 5 year plan, like a good vision and stuff like that. If the Lord has led you to help in that regard, then you put some effort. Before you put the seed, you got to go and put some effort into preparing the ground. So you're going to go there and teach them how to keep books, right? How to keep records. When they get money, how to keep a record of it. When they spend money, how to keep a record of it, right? That's you preparing the ground and make it look good before you put your money in there. Let's say it's an orphanage, right? And that you want to sow into. You go first, you investigate, make sure. Okay, how many children you get here? How much does it cost to run this place a day? I asked an orphanage that the last time. What do you mean? I said, like, how much does it cost to run this place in one day? Well, they have never thought about it. Whatever they get today, that what they'll cook tomorrow, but
Mhm.
nobody is tracking. Like,
Anything.
okay, how much do we really need to feed these kids every day? So someday when they get a lot, everybody go full plus. And then someday they don't have a lot, then there's nothing to eat. But if you had a record on how much you need to run it per day, then someday when you get more, you'll be able to keep some for the next time, right?
Yeah.
So if you are led to sow your seed in this place, that will be like you being a farmer and you selecting a place, but you got to go first and brush the place, fell the trees, clean it out before you can sow your seed. All right. Any questions so far before I keep going? Because now I sound like a pastor.
So my question, my next question, first of all, I want to put you both.
Yes, ma'am.
We need I see Dr.
There you go.
Deco on here. We want to welcome you, Mama. And so I had to run to get your book quickly. Dr. This is yours and this is mine. Pujubu has hers.
I
So
have
Yeah.
mine.
yeah, we got your book. We got your book. My mom bought a copy of Brother Emmanuel book for me, but I have not received it. So I think I have to buy my own. Um, she's not here, so I can say that when she. Yeah, so I guess we have to buy a copy of Brother Emmanuel's book as well. So I just
Definitely.
want to quickly say that. Welcome, Mama. We love you. And
Welcome, Dr. Burko. The book is called Girl Raise Your Standards.
yeah, girl
So,
race
We
standard.
raising
yeah.
it.
Yeah, raise it. And one of the standards we're raising here, don't be throwing seeds, right? You
All
need to
over.
raise your standard. You need to sow seeds, not throw seeds. If you don't prepare the soil and you're just going there and putting your seeds around, you are just throwing them. You are not sowing them. In order
Mm.
to sow them, you need to prepare the place, right? And yeah, what happens? Maybe one of the things we need to figure out is what do you call a seed, right?
You took my
That not.
question, but just go
Mhm.
right into it because I was going to ask you. See, and there are other people on here that might not even know, or just to educate us, because whatever this video going to land, you never know, and somebody may not understand and keep hearing CC. Like, what is he talking about, CC? So that was going to be my next question to you quickly before I even go into other questions.
Yes. So there's a difference between um, an offering and a seed, right? An offering is something like you got what you need, you got something left over. So let me give this to somebody who has a need, right? There's an offering. A seed is an investment, right? It's something that is dear and close to you, but also an investment you make with an expectation that you will get a return on it. So, and then those of you that go to church, a seed is not your tithe, right? And the offering is something you give voluntarily to help somebody because you have something left over on your own. A seed is an investment that you make into something or some an organization or something with an expectation of a return, right?
So,
So, yeah, go ahead.
so Dr. Kwan, just from what you said, let me go. Let me go to church a little bit. You say a seed is an investment, right?
Yes,
Expecting a return, right?
yes, yes.
But in church or in fellowship or in service, however way you call it, um, I always hear seed, sow your seed or give your seed. Your seed is different from your offering, like you said.
Mm-hmm,
We in church, we continue to sow seed.
mm-hmm.
And then you say it's an investment that we hope to receive a
A
return.
return on, yeah.
Do we get, maybe Pujubu, you can help me because you're in the church too. Do we get a return? Do do we get something back? Or what is it do we get back? Is it the pastor preaching the word to us? Or I mean, I,
I think maybe I may be wrong, but when you talk about a seed, so a seed gotta be something tangible, like he made mention of. It gotta be something tangible, something. So if I'm looking at it from the church side of it, when someone said sow a seed, let come down to the lady that had her very last, her last that she gave, that could be like a seed, something that you giving that is hurtful, but yet you believing and you trusting God to say, hey, Lord, I have run out and it's costing you, it's hurting you, but yet you are trusting that God will make a way out of no way, right? And you decide to give this seed and say, Lord, I am believing you for a breakthrough. I am believing in you for an establishment for my business. That could be an open door for you. And you decide to say, this is my last that I'm giving, or whatever amount. So let use it in another form. Say, okay,
So
my bill.
do you think, Pujupu, before you start preaching here,
I
but
was
do
gonna
you
ask.
Mhm.
do you think I have to sow a seed before God can bless me?
Not necessarily, but if it is something that you are deeply believing in God for, you can go on the route of praying all the time as well. But if you want, I would look at it as a speed to that breakthrough that you're trusting God for.
Hmm.
I would look at it in that form. But based on my understanding of that, I would think that's something that you have to give and leave the rest to God and let God do his part of it. I could be wrong, but the evangelism
No,
as well.
you are pretty. You're right. Like, okay, so the other part of a seed is like she said, is a sacrifice, right? So you should know that in a farmer's parlance, like what the farmers do, the seed that they have set aside to sow, right? So when the farmers in Liberia, we're still in Liberia now, when they are harvesting, after their harvest, they take aside a certain amount of seeds that they will sow the next season, right?
Mhm.
Now these are seeds that they can sell today and make money, or these are seeds that they can decide to have a feast with it and enjoy. But they make the sacrifice to say, I will not eat this one. I'm going to set it aside for tomorrow so that I can plant it with the hope that this seeds I'm planting today over time is going to return to me tenfold, a hundredfold, or a thousandfold, right? So if you are just throwing it with no expectation of a return, yeah, it could be an offering, right? Or you could just be throwing it. But the idea of the seed is that when you do sow the seed in good soil, it will come back with a harvest that is tenfold, a hundredfold, or even a thousandfold. There's an expectation of a return. So if somebody tell you can sow something here, you need to ask them what will be the harvest, right? Before you sow it. Yeah, right. And like Puchupu was saying earlier, some people also identify what they want their harvest to be, right? They say, God, this is what I'm praying for. This is what I'm looking for. But I'm willing to make a sacrifice. I'm going to plant this thing that I have as a seed, hoping that it will come back to me bearing more, like 10 times, 100 times, or 1,000 times. So instead of eating it, they sow it, but it's a conscious effort and it's an investment, and you are putting it someplace that you know is a good soil because you have investigated it, you have helped prepare that soil before you put your seed into it.
So that's the reason why in service they would tell you hold your seed in your hand and speak to it what you want God to do for you. Tell God what you want Him to do for you as you sow your seed. Okay, so on that note, how should a person sow?
All right. So I think we went through the first few steps. You got you under the seed you sow in a good soil is guaranteed a harvest, but you need to investigate the soil first. Make sure this is a good soil, right? If it got thorns, if it got rocks, I'm not saying that the soil will be good at first sight all the time. But if you investigated the soil and they got thorns and they got rocks and got all that stuff, you're gonna pull them out of the soil and move the rocks and move the thorns and move all that thing. Make sure the soil is good and ready before you can put your seed into it. All
Mhm.
right. Now the seed is a sign. Let's say sowing the seed is a sign of faith, right? Because this is something you have in your hands right now that can benefit you right now. You can eat it right now. You can go buy something like that. That other new shoe that you want, you can go buy it right now, or a new pocketbook, or a new dress, or you can buy a new car, or you can do something gratifying right now, right? But, you know, so it's a sign of faith to say, I am going to sow my seed here, knowing that I'm promised that after I have investigated this soil, I have prepared this soil, I'll plant my seed here, knowing that there'll be a harvest time and this seed will come up growing a lot of stuff. So it's a sign of faith. There's places there where Jesus himself said something about the seed, like unless you bury the seed, right? He said
Mhm.
unless you dig the ground, bury the seed and let it go, it will not grow, right?
Yeah.
So then you go, you dig a hole and you put the seed in it and you cover it. That's the faith, right? It's like I have faith that they might see apple under here. I'm going to cover it because I can't see it. If you can see it, then you don't need faith, right? But you cover it. You can't see it. All you have now is the word that if this is a good soil, if you done your due diligence and you put the seed in here, it's going to grow, right? But God said no, our faith can last too long, right? So after you put the seed there, after a while, there's going to come a sprout. Something going to spring out after a short while. Now that is called a sprout. That is not your harvest. That thing only sprouted out because, you know, the longer the seed is staying on the ground, your eyes not seeing anything, your faith might be going down, right?
Mhm.
You go look at the thing, nothing growing, right? Some people can even dig it up to look to see whether it's still alive, right?
Yeah.
So God knowing that our faith can go that too long, then something sprouts out. Okay. Now here's the mistake that most people make. As soon as they see something pop out of their seed, they consider it the harvest or they consider it profit and they immediately eat the sprout, right? As soon as something pop out, they eat it immediately, and then the story ends there. That sprout, that first thing that pops out when you plant your seed, is neither a profit or it's not a profit to eat. It's not something. Let's say if we were doing business, that first time you've been going at 3, 4 months without profit, you operating at a loss, and then this month for the first time you made little profit. Boom! Some people immediately eat it. They forget about all the other time that they
Kpahn,
have been
yes, yes.
operating at a loss, right? Instead of reinvesting that, they immediately eat it. And then they wonder why their business not growing or why the business died.
Telling you.
Because that sprout that came out is not profit. That sprout that came out is just something to encourage you to build your faith. Like, listen, the seed did not die. Now, when the sprout comes out, if we go back to how the farmers do it in Liberia, when the sprout comes out, they know that the time the scorers and the porcupines and all the birds, everybody try to kind of pull your seed out of the ground. So when the sprout comes out that first day, or that first time when you make a little profit, that's time now you see the farmers start to build a fence around their farm, right? To protect the sprouts because the sprout is not strong enough to take care of itself, right? That profit you made this month is not good enough to carry the business over. What it needs is protection. So then the farmers start to build fence. They got people that will go sit down there with the sling. And when the birds are coming, they will throw the sling to
Yeah.
keep them away from the sprouts, to protect the sprout so that it can grow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you were to protect the sprout, it's going to get to a place where it does not need your presence every day. It can take care of itself now. It's too big now for the birds to pluck out of the ground. It's too big for the squirrels. It got nothing that the squirrels can eat, right? Then, if it was a business, you yourself do not necessarily have to go there every day in order for the business to work. The business can now take care of itself. It's not making profit. You're not getting a harvest yet, but you are not personally engaged every day, right? Because now the seed has grown to a place where it can take care of itself. So you get a little rest. But this is also the time most businesses and most farmers feel this restful time because now your seed has grown, but there's no fruit on it yet, right? And now, so you don't have your seed, but you don't have your harvest either.
Mm.
So people go through a kind of deep, little bit of frustration unless they are experienced and they are grounded. So let's say by this time, if you are a farmer in Liberia, it will be sometime between June and September, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to go to the farm every day. The rice can take care of itself. The birds got nothing to eat or something. But this is also the time for the worst of the rainy season, right? So in that parable, right? It's like okay, now you got your seed planted. The seed is growing, but there's no fruit that you can harvest. There's nothing that you got free time, but also there's nothing you can really do with the free time. You don't got nothing, right? You don't have your seed that was a resource. You ain't got nothing. So this is the time that people go through some deep time if they are not expecting it to happen. So there is a period between the time your seed can take care of itself to the time it produces fruit. There's a little period there where you yourself now it's time for you to take care of yourself, right? You have sacrificed a lot from the time you identify the soil and you brushed the place and you did all that work, right? And now the seed can take care of itself. If it was a business, the business making enough money to pay the rent and do all the other stuff, you don't have a second job just to pay for your business stuff, right? The business cannot take care of itself. This is the period you're supposed to take care of yourself. But most people are still focused on the seed. How can the seed not grow? What time the fruit will kind of what time they want. But the people that know what they know, their faith is now grown to what they call expectant faith, right?
Mm.
Their patience is now called expectant patience, right? Because they definitely know the harvest is coming. They may not know the exact time, but when they come and they look, their seed has grown. They see it flourishing. It just has the harvest has not come yet. So now, even though they're waiting and sometimes they don't know what to do, but this is an expectant wait, knowing that the harvest is now guaranteed. They know that they planted the seed in a good soil, and it's just a matter of time for the harvest to come, right? And this is where most people People that are doing business, so now they sell their business around this time because like, man, I ain't got time to wait, right? We're talking about you in September, and you in September, but the the harvest is in November, right? And now you are giving up on your seed because it didn't grow fast enough the way you wanted it, or you are giving up on the seed. Um, you are giving up on the seed because the harvest did not come on time like the way you expected it to. But one of the lessons I learned from this thing, looking at it from this point of view, is there is this period. If you look at the farmers in Liberia, they do their planting sometime between April and May and June. They take care of the sprouts, right? So between July and September and the beginning of October, they really ain't got nothing much to do. It's raining every day almost. They ain't got nowhere to go. They're broke, right? But the farmers that are experienced, they are aware of this time and they are willing and able to take whatever thing that they need to do, whatever they need to do. It's just a matter of time, and the harvest will be here. And that is the hope that we want to give out there. That yes, if you, the parable is about you sowing in a good soil. The parable is about you sowing in a good soil. And in order for the soil to be good, you need to first investigate the soil. And the way you do the investigation is see what they are doing with what they already have. And if they are not meeting your expectation, you can either help them to do it the right way, or you can keep looking until you find the good soil. Because only the thing that you plant on a good soil is guaranteed to grow.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So on that note, um, let's see. I want us to take a break here. I don't know if you have your stuff together, but maybe after this song, we can do that. And then, but quickly before we do that, I want to recognize Michael Walker, my buddy. I want to also recognize Josiah Marsh, my brother. I want to recognize our partner in the building, Brother Issa.
Yeah.
Um, we already did Uncle Mac. So I want to play a song here. Questions are coming in when we get back. If you have those stuff together, you can, before we go to the question from the audience, we'll ask Dr. Kpahn one more question, and then we'll go to the audience. So let's play this song and let's process sowing and reaping. Are you going to sow in a torn area or solid ground, or you want to investigate before you sow? However way you interpret it, be processing it, put your questions together as we listen to this song. And this song is from a lady called Evelyn Marsh. And it's a gospel song. And the song say, Nibe be Bambi. And it say, my people, you pray for me. The way I used to be, I'm not like that anymore. I think somewhere along the line, something went on somewhere. And so she was asking for.
Oh, wow.
Let's listen
to her. Explain you.
I grew up as a little girl, knowing nothing but to trust in the Lord and love Him with all my heart. I learned to obey His command and live for Him daily. I learned to read His word and pray to Him every day. But something happened, and that great change in my life. Today, I want to confess and repent of my sins. And I want to rededicate my life to God and live for Him as a true child of God. So I'm asking you, pastor, choir members, and everybody to please join and pray for me. Pray for me as I live for the Lord.
Okay, that was a lady by the name of Evelyn Marsh. And again, the song is Nimbele Bebambi. You pray for me. On that note, we're going to go to our next question. Why is it important to reap when you sow? So after that question, after Dr. Kpahn answer that question, Pujibu, you take it over and then go into the questions that people are asking. But Dr. Kpahn, why is it important to reap when you sow? Some people sow, they don't get anything over it. They get frustrated, like what you were saying, and all that kind of stuff. But why is it important to reap when you sow? You are muted.
Sorry, I was singing the Basel song, even though I had no Basel. Now I muted myself. I was speaking in series. All right, all right. So it is a circle. It goes like in a circle, right? So if you are sowing, remember I said sowing is an investment with an expectation of a harvest. So if you were to give something with no expectation of a harvest, then that's an offering, right? So then that's not sowing. The whole idea of sowing is you are planting something with an expectation of a harvest. There are some people that abandon their seeds, right? Because they're not growing fast enough, or like the harvest is not coming soon enough. Yes, like I said, after your seed becomes independent, because your seed when it starts to it will sprout out, it still depends on you, and then there will be a time where it's independent, where it does not need you to be there every day to protect it. It can protect itself, right? But it has no fruit, no reward, nothing yet. It's just that now it can stand on its own, right? And then there are people who actually abandon their seed at that time. Like, you know what? Yeah, I got a farm here, but I can't wait till October, November for harvest. So I gotta go someplace, right? So there are people that do desert their seeds, but the whole idea of sowing is that there is an expectation to reap.
Mm.
Okay. So, personal handbag, you can take it over and stop recognizing people who we haven't recognized, and also ask. Please read out the questions that we have in the audience.
Alrighty. Brother Isa, I think I'll go down the list. Brother Isa, he said, congratulations, you're doing a great job. This platform is one of the best, and God Almighty will reward you positively.
The men know how to blow our home. Okay.
Thank
Thanks.
you,
Thanks,
Brother
Brother
Isa.
Easter.
Now, this is the question. Brother Mike, he said, um, Brother Sam, sir, how
Sir.
do you explain Galatians 6:8 in relations to the topic of sowing from Matthews? I know I saw you typing under here, but please elaborate for those that are not reading the comments.
All right. So in Galatians it says, "Be not deceived. God is not marked for whatsoever man sows. That's why he reaps." That is just literal, right? If you sow oranges, you reap oranges. You sow bananas, you reap bananas, right? If you take it out of the literal sense, it's like people who sow hate, they also reap hate, right? Uh, I think in secular life they call it karma. What goes around comes around, right? People who sow love and generosity, they also reap love and generosity.
Hmm.
So those two are in Galatians, they're just saying everything you're putting out there is going to come back to you. And the reason, from my point of view, the reason he used that sowing and reaping phrase is like, okay, if you plant bananas, you're going to reap bananas, right? You plant plum, you're going to reap plum. There's nobody there that go and plant bananas and then they reap oranges. And, they had to put in a way that people could understand, like, okay, whatever you are planting today, whatever you are investing into today, is going to come back to you tenfold, a hundredfold, a thousandfold, right? So there's no variance between those two.
Hmm. Alrighty. Brother Isa is also out here encouraging everyone.
Where
He said, I urge everyone to promote this unique platform by constantly following and inviting more people to follow the page.
thanks,
Thank
Brother
you,
Easter.
Brother
That's our
Isa.
partner. We appreciate you. You've been doing a great job promoting the page, actually.
Brother Michael Walker, he said, Amen, since 1991, when the song was
Oh,
playing.
that's the song.
Yes. 91, eh? I remember, I know, I was some kind of child.
Puchupu, you are a real puchupu that
I was
time.
just a tiny baby. I was just a tiny baby. Brother Mike, he said, Doctor, here is a situation. You get a vis You get a visiting pastor who call for envelopes and ask the church member to sow specific amount with the hope of reaping all at all stages. How fruitful is this kind of sowing? Please, if you don't mind commenting, sir.
All right.
The pastor they can give sense.
Very much.
That are true, they can give
Um,
sense.
you know, I have said earlier that okay, in order to consider this thing sowing, right? So I try to differentiate between sowing and just throwing, right? Remember, not every seed a farmer sowed, he reaped a harvest from. So if you are putting your seed in a place, it says some fell on some fell on stony grounds. They didn't have no roots. So if you are putting your seed into a pastor's stuff that you don't know the pastor, you don't know the church, you don't know how they operate, you might be putting it in a stony ground that don't have roots, right? Uh, it's like the way we said it, only the seeds that go into good soil you can get harvest from. Now, if a pastor came up, you know, the way we say how do you know a good soil? We say first you investigate the soil.
Mm.
So if I were in that place and the pastor came and say, "Can so thing," I might give them some money, but I'll consider it offering. Just because he call it sowing, don't mean so that I'm sowing. I will not sow into something that I really don't know enough about. But if I have something to spare, it might be offering. I'm being generous. I got something to spare. I'm going to give it to this visiting pastor. I will not necessarily call it a sowing because to call it a sowing, that means I have an expectation that it will come back to me with profit, right? But if I don't know this person, then my expectation, I might be setting myself up because I really don't know who this person is that well. So, in order for you to call it sowing, you got to make sure your seed is going into a good soil. That means you have investigated this soil and you have put some time into preparing the soil before you put your seed into it. Otherwise, you can just call it an offering or, free will giving or whatever you or your church might call it, but it cannot be considered planting or sowing into a good soil unless these things have happened where you investigated and you prepared before you put your seed into it.
So, Dr. Kpahn,
Hmm.
I'm hearing you on that, but I'm just wondering too, because there are other ways, but is what I know you said if you have not made your investigation to know whether this is a good ground that I'm sowing my seed upon, and so on forth, that is considered, free will giving or so. So I'm looking at it from another standpoint. If I am led to say, okay, let me I'm led to just maybe go to a certain orphanage. I don't know nothing about that orphanage, but I'm led, right? And I've been
Hmm.
praying. God just said, I should, let's say the Holy Spirit remind me that I need to sow a seed. And I just
Hmm.
got that orphanage and I'm just led to
Hmm.
sow a seed there. Would that, even though I don't know nothing about that orphanage home, would that be considered a sowing? I have like on my part now, that seed that I do have and that the let's say the Holy Spirit have reminded me to give on, right? I have
Hmm.
prayed about it. I've That seed is already in my hand. I'm between using it or sowing the seed, but I've already
Hmm.
have my way to give it out. And I just come across an orphanage home and the Lord says sow a seed, and I'm just led to give it to that orphanage home. Would that be considered as a seed that I'm sowing upon a good ground, even though I have not done my research at that orphanage home to know what's going on there?
Is that a
Okay.
seed or a
Or
gift?
is that a seed? Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So we as Protestants believe that the Spirit can talk to us individually, right?
Mhm.
So if the Spirit leads you into doing something, that means the Spirit itself has done an investigation. Why you think the Spirit is going to say go to the particular orphanage when there are like thousands more, right? So if you are led by the Spirit will never mislead you, right? So you do what the Spirit says do, because the Spirit will not mislead you. The Spirit is here to teach and to remind you about the things you've learned before, but it's also here to guide you in the right path. So if you feel led by the Spirit, that's the best place you can ever be. You can't go wrong being led by the Spirit. Just be sure that the Spirit telling you that. And you know,
And not the other way. Okay.
yeah, you're not the one trying to convince the Spirit. But if the Spirit leads you to do something, yes, the Spirit, yeah, the Spirit does a better investigation than you can, right? So it will be the best place that you can put your seed if you are led by the Spirit to do so.
But Dr. Kwando, I want to go back to Uncle Mark's question.
Mm-hmm.
That he said all stages with the
Mm-hmm.
reaping at all stages, because sometimes you go to revivers, you go to churches or what have you, or
Mm-hmm.
gathering, and then you hear the pastor, or they have envelopes, special envelope, and they call it seed envelope. Um, and they ask you to sow a seed. And
Mm-hmm.
some people, even without an envelope, some pastors, they will say, if you give this amount, in fact, they will even put an amount on it.
Mm-hmm.
Give
Mm-hmm.
this amount, you will reap this, or you will get that promotion you've been looking for, or you will get money into your account that you didn't know where it came from. God will do this, God will do that. And I think, like you said, you have to investigate, you have to test the spirit, you have to really
Mm-hmm.
know within yourself. Because most Christians, or most people, all of ignorance, they will just kind of go and give and
Mhm.
stay in line. And even they don't even know, probably it's their rent money. They don't even know where they're going to get the next money from.
Yeah.
Trust the person, because under the impression that that person is a pastor or a prophet or what have you. And so they gave their rent money with the hope of getting it back from somewhere, or money would be deposited into the account. And at the end of the day, that doesn't happen. I mean, I've been around for a long time in this car business. And Puju have given, she bear honor that too. Give, and you will get it here, you will get it there. And sometimes I call it spiritual 419, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, that's not what it is. And then you give, and God love a cheerful giver. Even if if you're giving a seed or whatever, especially to the work of God, you should give it cheerfully. You should give it willingly, not
Not
because
be forced.
someone is doing a spiritual 419 on you and say, if you give it, you will get a position, or you give it, you will do this. And then at the end of the day, nothing happened. A lot of us have been around to these revivals and heard these things, and today, it's like, especially us in Minnesota, we have learned,
Mhm.
and not everybody, but most of us have learned that they're not working, because we've been to every revival, we've been sowing seed, and we've been praying for that position, we've been waiting for the money to drop in the account, we've been and
Miracle money. Miracle money.
money come from nowhere, feel like that dropping into your account. And I will give this story quickly. I see Uncle Matt ask a question here.
Yeah.
So this day, I was one of those that really, and I still believe in sowing, but I do it now willingly,
Mhm.
right? Cheerfully. So this day, things were hard. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2008 when the recession came in Minnesota. or maybe way after that. I'm not sure of the year at this point, but it was tough. And what I decided to do, I decided to test my faith. According to me, I never had money in the bank. I didn't put it there. The type of money I was looking for, it was not in my account. But I decided by faith I was going to go to the bank and withdraw a certain amount of money from there. And I went there, I put my card in. It slapped me in the face. I turned the card upside down, the bank card, and I put it back in there. It slapped me in the face. I took it further. I decided to speak in tongues. Right?
I
And
was just
nothing, nothing came out. So I learned my lesson well that day. So if we are giving, we should give cheerfully. And like you are led to do it. But not under the stuff that, oh, if you give, then this will happen if you give. Because if it's not according to the word of God or in alignment with God will for you for your life, it's not going to happen. It's just a 419, spiritual 419. Okay, so Pujapu, please go to Uncle Mike next question, and then Dr. Kpahn will give his parting statement.
Dr. Kpahn, Uncle Max said, I think the prophets need to have a meeting with you. Call you and have a meeting. Okay, the question is from Uncle Mike. Is that could there be a difference between donation and sowing? Did the spirit say give, sow, or donate? My God.
All right. I think we have clarified that, right? Okay. So donation will fall into the same place as offering, which
Mhm.
is after you pay your tithe and you take care of yourself and your family, you got something left over, and you say you want to share it with the less fortunate. That will be an offering. That will be donation, something that you're giving out of the goodness of your heart, right? The tithe will be something that you are supposed to give, is a duty, right?
Mhm.
So after you're giving your tithe and stuff like that, and then you have something precious to you, but some people will say something like, well, if what you have is not enough, then plant it, sow it as a seed, because if you sow it in the right place, there's a guarantee that it will come by tenfold, a hundredfold, or a thousandfold, right? So the seed that you are sowing is not the same as a donation that you gave free out of the goodness of your heart. It's not tithe as a duty that you have to give out of obedience. It is something that you have that's important to you, but you want more of. And then you plant it in a good soil with the hope that you will get back tenfold, a hundredfold, or even a thousandfold, right? So if you are doing anything other than that, if you are just giving your resources out without first investigating, you will be like the farmer that was just throwing the seeds. And sometimes it will fall on stony grounds. Sometimes it fall by the wayside and people step on it or the bird pick it up. Sometimes stony ground, it will flourish a little bit. You see it that things are growing and then it get choked and die, right? So the lesson for today is that we will know, or we will learn that if there is an opportunity for us to sow something, that if there's something that we need more of in our lives, right? And we have to sow it so that we get more. It can be money, and you want to give this amount of money with the intention that you will get more. There is a responsibility for you first to investigate where you're going to put that money and make sure it's a good soil before you can consider sowing. If you don't investigate and you don't know the soil is good, then I consider it just throwing seeds. You're not sowing, you are just throwing the seeds. And
Mhm.
who knows what might happen to it. Most of the time, you can be guaranteed if you are just throwing the seeds, a harvest is not guaranteed. But if you took your time and you make sure the soil is okay, is good, the soil is good before you put the seed. And then you should know that there is this long period between sowing and reaping, right? If somebody say put it in here today and when you wake up tomorrow, something will be there. There's a reason Jesus took the farming analogy. All the farmers know that from the time they plant to the time they harvest, there's a long period. And they continue to work. After they don't throw the seed in the ground and run away. They throw the seed there and they sit in faith, waiting for that sprout to come up. As soon as the sprout comes up, they protect that sprout until the sprout, that seed or that tree can be independent. If they were planting rice, until it grows to the place where the birds can pluck it away or something, then they can relax. And they know that period when they relax, they don't have a seed, and the harvest is not yet coming, and raining outside every day. It's going to be a period where you go down a little bit, but you have an expectant faith that your seed, your harvest is coming. It's just a matter of time. And with that expectant faith, you are able to stand whatever is coming true because you know definitely your harvest is coming. This time, you're not just guessing, you're not putting your bank card in the ATM and flipping it around. You definitely know your harvest is coming, and it's coming with profit, right? It's coming with tenfold, hundredfold, or even a thousandfold.
Mm.
All right. So we are winding down. Great discussion. Um, would you please go ahead before? Oh, okay. Uncle Matt just came at Dr. Kpahn again. So please go to his question and then you go ahead with your stuff before Dr. Kpahn gives his parting statement.
Alrighty. Give me. Okay, now I'm coming back. All right. Uncle Mike is here. Dr. Kpahn, I strongly agree with you, and I think we misunderstand what sowing is in relations to other aspects of giving. I am convicted that we must sow with intention and expectation. Trust me, you are doing a great job. Wow.
Yay! The great
Now, Uncle
evangelist.
Mike
That's
touching
that's
that.
that's my first tech.
You see, Uncle Matt, you
Uh,
That's
all asked
Uncle
me
Mike for
to go.
you.
see. Thank you, Uncle
All
Mark.
right.
I enjoyed the comment, and I look forward to hearing from you because you are constructive. Even when we're not doing well, you are constructive with the
Yes,
criticism,
yes,
and I look
yes.
forward to hearing from you every time. Thank you. This message. Oh, I can wrap my side up. Oh.
No, you gotta hold on.
You
Okay,
gotta
let
hold
me
on.
hold on. All right.
Yes, Uncle Mike. I mean, all of you that ask questions are, but Uncle Mike and King, they always. It's a one of our King is silent today, and Uncle Mike is just. But yeah, Uncle Mike
The
is.
Spirit Test King.
He's my heart.
Uh,
Go ahead.
Alrighty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring our guests onto the platform, we just want to continue to encourage our audience as well. Um, these people are taking their time, their resources, their energy to come and pour into our lives. So we are only here to encourage each and every one of them. And I'm going to start with, for those that we have brought on with books that are out there, and I will learn with our own. So I'm here encouraging you all. We do have I'll start from this one. We have Brother Joshua Bandy. He was on the show last week as well. He has a book out there. It is called Turn Your Gift into Wealth. The book can be found on Amazon and all other book platform, and even Barnes and Noble. If you do go there, you will see these books in there as well. You can buy one for yourself on Amazon. It is 28.99, and then you can also get a Kindle version of that. So the book is located on Amazon. For those of you that have not grabbed a copy, it is very interesting. So please get there. I'm reading it. It's filled with so much. It is filled with so much that you can learn for like opening business, whatever that you find yourself doing that you cannot, you know, you can make money out of it. Let me put it that way. Whatever you find yourself doing and you enjoy doing it, you can make money out of it. So grab a copy of the book. Please, please, please. It is located on Amazon for those of you that are watching. It is called Turn Your Gift into Wealth, the Kingdom Principle for Legacies. And then we also have our Brother Emmanuel. He was one of the first people on the platform for book. He has his book. It's called The Modern Servant Leader, and this man is loaded. When we brought him on, there was so much that he could put out there to many of us there. He's a coach as well for those of us that are going through challenges, leadership. We're struggling with leaders, being a leader or even leading others out there. Brother Emmanuel does a great job on that. So if you do need help or you need consultation, you can also contact him. He is available, but please grab a copy of this book. It is also on Amazon, and you can also get a Kindle version of this book. It is $28 even. So please visit Amazon, and the Kindle version is $9. So please let us support our people. This is Liberia owned,
Yeah.
our own people that are
Our
writing books for us to prosper, for us to dive into leadership, for us to know what to expect, what is coming ahead of us. Let us support them. I'm appealing to every one of us. Get a copy of this
please,
book.
please, please,
You
please.
will not regret it. And if you do want to contact Brother Emmanuel on a regular, let us know. EMN will give you a discount. We can give you his number. You can call him directly if you don't want to go through the Amazon, and you can use the promo code EMN.
Yeah,
As
man.
always, anybody that comes on the platform, you already know we got some kind of discount going on. So, Brother Joshua also there. We can give you a discount, and Brother Emmanuel, we can also give you a discount. And then we also have this powerful and young lady. She is brilliant. She has so much. Brother, Sis Orita Burko, Dr. Orita Burko. Let me put a title on the woman's name.
Yes, that.
She is one person. She is loaded. That's one. She is a mother. She is a wife, and she is doing so much in the community. She's located in Maryland, by the way. But she was on the platform here. But her book is out there. It is called Girl Raise Your Standards. There are so many of us that are going through so many things, and we don't know how to channel regular lives into ourselves out there, but we know our worth. So let us grab a copy of this book as well. It is not just for women. Yes, the topic may say girl raise your standard, but also there are some men that are, yeah, how you call it,
Sometimes set
self-esteem is
healthy
way
boundaries.
down there. So you want to, boost yourself up. So grab a copy of the book. And I'm telling you, all of these books, I have not dived deeper into her book yet, but the title alone is very catchy. So you want to grab a copy. I'm reading it, but I have not dived deeper. So I can't spill other beans out right now. So grab a copy. Let us read together. Let us learn together and know how to set, like my mother said, how to set that healthy boundaries and things that we've been dealing with from way back that can limit us in our future or in our present life. So this is a way for us to boost ourselves up and let go of our past. Yes, though those trauma and thing may be there, but let us learn to set ourselves high above. We are not better than those, but we can put ourselves in a position where somebody can say, oh, I want to be like her, or I want to be like him. So grab a copy of this book. I'm pleading with y'all. And if you want Dr. Burkle's number for that discount, and he said, I don't want to go through Amazon, but let us know. We'll make some kind of connection there, only with the promo code EMN. Only on that. And not forgetting the last and not the least. This man is a loaded man. We see him all the time on this platform. He has his clinic. He's a doctor. He's a husband, and he takes his time every.
Father.
He's a father.
He's an evangelist.
He's an evangelist. The man of God. He takes his time every Sunday to come out here, whether he being a co-host or he being a guest or he being in the audience. You just name it. Or he wears many hats.
Yeah.
And he has his clinic. It's called Essential Care Center. Now he's in collaboration with Evelyn Marsh Network, whether he likes it or not. He's in collaboration with Evelyn Marsh Network. So again, for those of us out there that are dealing with things that we don't know who to talk to or how to get rid of some of these baggages that we are carrying, this man is the guy to call. And I'm telling you, he's the guy to call. And forget about some of those things. When we go out there, we say, oh, Liberian people can talk too much. He's a doctor, so he knows his license is on the line. You go to him, everything is confidential.
Yeah.
Everything is confidential. He's not going to come and say, oh, I saw Jonetta. Jonetta had crack. 3 screws loosened. I just talked to the guy one time. Everybody already knows some of my screws are loosened, but hey, we're not going there. But yeah, Dr. Kpahn, he's very professional.
Yes.
He will keep everything confidential. What are you are dealing with? He doesn't even need to come and say, Evelyn Marsh, you send Mary Brown to us, or you send Peter Brown to us. No, that is between you and him. Our children are dealing with it. Some of us, we sit and we yell at our children. We don't know what kind of trauma they are going through, what kind of hurt they go through in schools. Let us utilize this man clinic. He deals with pediatrics. That he deals with the kids. Let me put it that way. So you can also contact him. He can service you via telehealth and also in person. Minneapolis. The clinic is located in Minneapolis, and you can also call 612-441-2024, or you can go to essentialcarecenter.com and you can book your appointment right from there. If you are paying with cash, if you say, oh, Dr. Kpahn, I just want to see, not forgetting, let me say this before I go into that. If you are going to him and you just need somebody to chat, or you don't want to go into the clinic, but you can go on the website and just book that 30-minute section. He has let us know that that section is free of charge once you are using that promo code EMN. When you go on there and book your first session, your they call it, what the word I'm looking for,
Consultation.
consultation. There you go. They call it a consultation. So he will give you a 30 minutes consultation free of charge without billing anything, whether your insurance or billing you. It's a 30 minutes consultation. When you book it, he will talk to you, know what's going on with you, what you're dealing with, how he can be of help, or what are those preventative measures to take for yourself to be able to be a healthier you. So that free consultation is there. Just book it. And if it's something that you guys still need to talk more, then you can book a second section. Now, this one, you will be billed for it. If you have insurance, whatever insurance that you have, he takes insurance. Now, if you also paying with cash out of pocket, this is where your discount comes in again. Anytime you are paying with cash, just use the promo code EMN. There's some kind of little percentage there. Whether that $5, whether that $10, you will when you will know. But when you're using the code, the promo code EMN, this man have been here dedicating his time to us, pouring into us every Sunday, leaving his private time with his family, and just coming here to pour
We
into our
appreciate you,
life.
Dr. Kpahn.
So let us take advantage and get ourselves checked. Mentally, we are dealing with so much. Sometimes we do those double, 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 double because we want to please family member. In the end, we end up crashing. That's a mental problem. I'm sorry.
I enjoy.
Because your mind is just fixated on other family member, you want to do so much that you're breaking yourself down. Your body is collapsing because of all of that. So see the doctor. I'm telling you, see the doctor. The doctor's a great man. So make use of it. The flyer is right there. The phone number is there. He's open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Saturday, it is only by appointment. So you have to book your appointment. That Monday to Friday, you want to walk in, that's up to you. But the Saturday one, do not call the maid if you not get an appointment. Sorry, you got to make an appointment. But Dr. Kpahn, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for all you do in the community, not just in the community, but on the Evelyn Marsh Network as well. Thank you.
Well,
Okay.
I'm grateful to be here.
Welcome, Pastor Russell. Thanks for watching. He's watching. I want to welcome the queen in the house,
Miss
Sarah
Gordon.
Dixon. You've been slacking. We don't know where you're coming from, but we've been looking for you in the audience. So I want to welcome the both for you. And on that note,
Miss Kona Hayes. She's
Kona
down here
is
too.
here.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kona. EMCLC in the house. Welcome, my love. Thanks for the support. On that note, Dr. Kpahn will give his closing statement, and then we will cut it up day.
Well, thank you. I'm always happy to be here. Um, this little parable took my heart, and I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to present the way I see it to your audience. And I hope people will be intentional about it. There are people out there that are scamming people. Some of them know what they are doing, some of them may not know. But I'm not here to disparage I'm not here to disparage pastors and stuff, but if you are blessed enough where God gave you a seed, He also has an expectation that you will plant that seed in a good soil. So if He gave you seed and then you just threw it, you'll be wasting a resource that He gave you with an expectation that you will do better with it. So sometimes if you listen to the other parable, if he gave you a seed and then he asks you later on what he did with the seed and there's nothing out of it, chances are he take it from you and give it to somebody else. That's how come you see that, you know. I told someone I used to be in the choir, I could sing. I didn't do it for decades and now I sound like a frog, right? It's like if you don't use it or if you don't use it properly, he could take it back from you. But a seed is an expectation that you will put it in the right place. And in order to put the seed in the right place, you need to do some level of due diligence. Look to where you put in your seed because there's an expectation that you will get some reward back from it.
Hmm.
So if you investigate and you put in the time to prepare the soil and then be ready and willing to take care of the sprout, that first fruit that comes out and not for eating, for, and for you to take care of that sprout so that it can grow, then you can come back bringing in the sheaves like he promised. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And those of us here in Minnesota, take hope, right? That even though weeping may endure for a night, joy comes in the morning. And there is a time and a season for everything. Everything we are going through is temporary. That when a
Hmm.
time will pass. So this too shall pass. If God brought us this far, He's not just going to let this kind of thing damage our relationship with Him or with each other. Keep hope alive, and we'll see you again next Sunday.
All righty.
Yes, Dr. Kpahn, we love you as always. And on that note, Pujubu, I don't know if you have something to say, but
Yo, I got something to say. This sermon touched my heart tonight.
okay, so I will let you speak, and then I'll be the last, and then we call it a day. So go
Wait a
ahead.
minute, I gotta go. For
Yeah,
those of you out there that watch this sermon tonight, if you are touched,
that sermon again.
the teaching, the sermon, if you are touched and you want to donate or you want to sow,
Seriously.
please sow 612
So you say also
246 If you are touched and you want to sow or you want to donate into the life of EMN, the number there, it can lie to you. The summer was very fruitful. So be fruitful and multiply. Thank you all. Thank you all again for tuning in. There's still number up on the line there. You can use that number to sow. We sowing and reaping.
So we want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being here with us every Sunday at 7 p.m. or 7:05. We don't take this for granted. We highly respect, honor, and appreciate your time that you take every Sunday to spend with us on the platform. We thank you so much. Please continue to share and also follow, send to family members and friends, encourage them to follow the Evelyn Marsh Network. On that note, we'll say we love you and we love you by force. We're going to leave you with a song that says shine, shine for Jesus. So we just learned about sowing, right?
Yes.
Reaping. So now we're going to go into the word and shine. And you want to sow generously, and you want to sow with with a happy heart, and not because somebody tell you to do it or you don't have it and you have to go and give your, and you don't know where it's going to come from. But I think that Dr. Kpahn did a great job.
Yeah.
Discussion about sowing and reaping.
He
So
did.
set boundaries in your sowing and know where to sow. Not everybody that call you from Africa, you just take their money and
You
start.
just sow.
Yeah, because not even Africa or for anywhere, because even some people here in America, they are strong, they can work, but yet and still they will call you, and still want money from you. They want a credit or they want that from you when they are working and stuff. So make sure you are sowing on a fertile soil.
EMN, that fertile ground. You're sow here.
Yeah, fertile
Right,
ground. Yeah, put my hand back, say you must sow here, sow on the
right here
platform, because we got people to be a blessing too. And so yeah, let's sow on a good ground. Okay, shine, shine for Jesus. This is the Liberian Gospel Musicians Association, and directing is my own spiritual dad, Pastor David Young. We love you again, and we love you by force. Good night, and we see you on Sunday again by God's grace. Shalom.
Until they find the Lord, for fresh
Jesus.